Rebadged cars gone wrong. The GM minivan nobody wanted. The Uplander was General Motors' attempt to hold its ground in the minivan market during the 2000s, despite the fact that GM was clearly hesitant to invest much in the segment. By the time the Uplander was launched in 2005, minivans were losing popularity to SUVs and the competition had already evolved with models offering better features, more advanced technology and more refined designs. GM awkwardly tried to position the Uplander as a crossover sport van, making an attempt to appeal to the grown SUV buying crowd, but in reality it was still very much a minivan. One with a slightly taller stance and a rugged front end. Despite this, the Uplander didn't do much to push the envelope or stand out in a crowded market. However, its role as a rebadged model didn't end with Chevrolet. It served as a foundation for multiple badge-engineered variants under other GM brands, including Buick, Pontiac, and Saturn, making it one of the most rebadged people movers of the decade, at least in the US. So let's start with the Uplander first. The Uplander came in both short wheelbase and long wheelbase version, and it was powered by a 3.5-liter V6 engine producing 200 horsepower. Later, the engine was upgraded to a 3.9-liter V6 with 240 horsepower, but by then the Uplander reputation was already sinking. While GM pushed its versatility and practicality, the Uplander critics weren't impressed. Reviewers slam its cheap interior materials, unrefined handling, and lack of advanced features compared to competitors like the Toyota Sienna and the Honda Odyssey, which were better options, especially because they were more reliable. Despite these flaws, GM managed to sell over 345,000 units of the Uplander before it was discontinued in 2009. Its short-lived run made it one of the GM's less successful minivan attempts, and after being surpassed by the more refined Chevrolet Traverse, it was clear that GM minivans' days were numbered. The Buick Terraza. GM positioned the Terraza as a more upscale alternative to the Uplander. It featured leather seats and extra sound insulation in an attempt to add a touch of luxury to the minivan market. However, the cheap plastics and low-grade materials used through the cabin made the Terraza's premium claim right hollow. To make matters worse, the addition of the fake plastic wood grain trim from the finest plastic trees, obviously, was an obvious attempt to add an air of elegance, but it came off as inauthentic and cheap. It's like wearing a $5 knockoff watch and call it luxury because it's saying Rolex on it. Despite Buick's reputation for luxury, the Terraza rode on the same aging platform as the Uplander, which made the premium branding feel more like a joke than a feature. No one was surprised that the Terraza sales were underwhelming and the model was axed after 2007. It simply wasn't the upscale offering GM had hoped for, as buyers were not fooled by the fake luxury vibe. Buick experiment with minivans was short-lived and the Terraza was quietly faded into the automotive history. Before going to the next one, please subscribe. The Pontiac Montana SV6. Pontiac was known for its excitement branding, producing performance models like the Firebird, GTO, Grand Prix. So when GM decided to slap a Pontiac badge on a minivan, it felt like a bad fit from the start. This was actually started with the Pontiac Transport, but since we're talking about the second generation of this platform, let's continue. The Montana SV6 was supposed to bridge the gap between a traditional minivan and a more rugged SUV, featuring a slightly raised height and a more sporty front-end design. However, beyond the badging, there were no real performance upgrades. No extra horsepower, no sporty tuned suspension, and definitely no more aggressive exhaust note to make it feel sporty. In fact, the Montana SV6 seems like a missed opportunity to create something unique. GM could have given the model a more powerful engine or improved handling, but instead it remained a rebadged Uplander with a Pontiac grille. It was clear that the Pontiac sporty image didn't belong in the minivan market, and buyers weren't buying into the idea. In the end, weak sales led to it being discontinued in the US after 2006, although it lingered on in Canada until 2009, where it didn't fare much better. It was another attempt at selling an SUV wannabe in a segment that had no need for it. The Saturn Relay. Saturn was always the oddball brand within GM, originally created in the 1980s as a way to compete with Japanese automakers. Unlike other GM brands, Saturn operated somewhat independently using a unique engineering and polymer body panels that resisted dents and rust, setting it apart from the standard GM offerings. Saturn's cars like the SL series, the Ion, had a quirky character that made them distinct. So when GM decided to shoehorn a badge engineering minivan into the Saturn's lineup, it made absolutely no sense. It was just a Chevrolet Uplander with a different badge and a slightly revised grille. Saturn's buyers didn't want a generic minivan, and minivan shoppers didn't exactly line up for a Saturn branded one. The Relay became the slowest selling of all the badge engineering version that I talked in this video, and it was discontinued in 2007 due to low demand. These models served as a good example on how GM's badge engineering strategy often fell flat. The Pontiac wasn't more sporty. The Saturn wasn't really quirky or different, and the Buick wasn't luxurious or refined. It left the buyers scratching their heads. The Uplander's brief time in the market showed that sometimes trying to make a minivan look like an SUV or pushing certain image just by changing the front grille isn't enough to make a vehicle successful. Minivans were also a dying breed in the US at that time. Not only had GM pulled out of the market, but also Ford, who discontinued their Ford Freestar in 2007, around the same time. This left Dodge as the only US player in the minivan market to go against the Sienna and the Odyssey. The Grand Caravan was actually quite successful, and they also badge engineered that model to create the Town and Country, which was a more luxurious version, but this is for another video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. Also, leave a comment if you don't agree or maybe you agreed with something that I said. I'm always interested to read you and reply to your comments. Have a nice day.